Today we're in the kitchen making 3 really simple, really easy appetizers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Pearl. If you're new here, I do organizing, cleaning, recipe videos, grocery hauls, DIYs, and lifestyle videos. I hope you'll join me on the channel. So today we're making 3 easy appetizers. These appetizers can be used or served any time of the week for dinners. They can be served on their own as snacks. But you can also serve these at parties. And bonus, they are kid friendly, so they can go for anyone. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how I make these.
First up are pull-apart pizza petal twists. You'll need some pizza dough for this recipe. You can buy pizza dough from the supermarket, but I like to make mine. This recipe is from the Fleischmann's website. Here I made 3 batches of dough, so I'm going to cut the dough into thirds. You'll need just 1 batch. I'm going to use the middle piece of dough for this recipe just because it tends to be the largest piece. Next, I'm mixing some sauce. I like to use tomato sauce from the jar. Here I have some leftover sauce from a previous recipe, so I'm going to use this up, and I do have more if I need more for this recipe. To the sauce, add some salt to taste, some basil, oregano, some thyme, and black pepper to taste. I usually just average these amounts. Give this a good stir so it's well incorporated, and set this aside for now. Divide your dough into thirds, make sure they're even, and then form them into balls and flatten them out. Next, you're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Celsius while you work on your pizza. Next, lay some parchment paper down on your rolling surface. Lightly flour it and place your dough on top of it. Then lightly flour your dough and start rolling it into a circle. Once you have it to the size you want, take a bowl and press down to make sure you get an outline. This will help to keep your layers the same size. Now spread some of your tomato sauce over the dough, making sure to put an even layer. Then spread some mozzarella over the sauce, again making sure to spread the cheese evenly all over. Then set this aside and take the other third of your dough and roll that into a circle the same size as your bowl. Place it on top of your first layer that has the sauce and cheese. Then spread some sauce and cheese on this layer. Roll out your last third into a circle and place it on top of your second layer. So now you can place your bowl over your layered pizza and with a knife, cut around the outline of the bowl. I used the knife, but a pizza cutter probably would have been easier in retrospect. Next, take a small glass or bowl or cup and place it in the center of your pizza layers. You're going to cut 12 pieces. Starting at the edge of the glass, cut a straight line to the edge of the pizza. Then, cut another straight line opposite to your first cut. Next, make a cut halfway between 2 of your previous cuts. Then, make a cut on the opposite side to that cut. You'll be left with the pizza cut into quarters. Now, make 2 more cuts in each quarter. Try to be as even as possible. When you're done, you should end up with 12 pieces that will be the petals. And hold 2 petals and twist in opposite directions to each other. Twist once, then twist again. Repeat this step until all of the petals are twisted into shape. And now we're ready to place this in the oven. Our oven has been preheating to 400 degrees Celsius and is now ready. Bake it for 20 minutes. When it's done, you'll have yummy pull-apart pizza petal twists. You can't resist these. If you like pizza, you'll love these. And hey, if you like this video so far, give it a thumbs up. Next up are these easy garlic knots. With one of the thirds of dough we set aside at the beginning of this video, we're going to pull it apart to make 12 smaller pieces. Then roll the pieces into a rope long enough to tie it into a knot. Line your pan or pans with parchment paper and place your knots on the pan, leaving about 1.5 to 2 inches between them so they have room to expand and rise. Set them in a warm area and leave them to rise for roughly 20 minutes. While these are rising, place a small saucepan on the stove, and to this add about 1/3 cup of margarine. Here I'm just averaging with 2 heaping spoonfuls of margarine. Turn your stove on to medium heat. Add 3 cloves of garlic, minced, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of dry Parmesan, and mix until everything is melted and the Parmesan has formed chunks. Remove from the stove and brush over the garlic knots. Leave half of the melted garlic butter mixture and set aside to brush on the garlic knots again as soon as they come out of the oven. Bake these at 400 degrees Celsius for 10 to 13 minutes or until lightly golden brown. When you take them out of the oven, brush the garlic knots again with the other half of the garlic butter mixture. When they're done, they'll look like this. Serve them up with some pasta or as a standalone appetizer. These are so fluffy, and oh, if you could smell these, do they ever smell so good. If you're still here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so YouTube can notify you of my newest videos. It doesn't cost a thing, so what are you waiting for? Okay, back to the video. Last up are these super easy super nachos. For this recipe, you'll need tortilla chips, shredded cheddar cheese, and salsa. Start by lining your pan with some foil. Next, arrange 30 tortilla chips in a single layer over your foil. Sprinkle 1/2 cup of salsa evenly over your chips. Then you'll want to sprinkle 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese evenly over your chips. Bake at 400 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes or until the cheese is melted, and voila! Super fast, super easy, super nachos. I hope you'll try one of these, and if you do, let me know. Or better yet, show me by tagging me on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be well and be joyful on your journey to home sweet home.